Imagine stepping outside on a crisp winter morning, the kind of cold that makes your lungs gasp for warmth, and noticing your breath swirling in the air like tiny ghosts dancing before fading away. It is a simple act, almost mundane, yet within it lies a universe of physics, a story of energy, molecules, and the hidden forces that shape our everyday existence. Richard Feynman, a man who celebrated curiosity above all else, would have leaned in with a sparkle in his eyes and said that even this small phenomenon, your visible breath, reveals the underlying elegance of nature. Every exhale carries warmth, moisture, and the complex choreography of air molecules colliding, slowing, and condensing when they meet the cold. This is not magic, though it feels magical. It is physics in action, the invisible hand guiding our world. Our breath contains water vapor, nearly invisible when it leaves the confines of our warm bodies, yet as it meets the cold, the energy of these tiny particles drops rapidly. They lose the speed that kept them dancing freely and clump together to form minuscule droplets. In an instant, the air becomes a canvas, painting ephemeral clouds that vanish in moments. It is a reminder that life is composed of countless invisible interactions, each as vital as the air we inhale. To understand why this happens is to embrace a deeper truth about our relationship with the environment. Cold air cannot hold as much water vapor as warm air, and this simple limitation leads to the spectacle we see. It is as though nature is giving us a visible wink, revealing processes that are always happening, but usually hidden from our perception. Feynman would say that noticing these details matters because understanding the small things enriches our appreciation of the big things. There is a rhythm here, a subtle balance between energy, temperature, and matter, and it mirrors our own lives. We, like the vapor, are subject to forces beyond our immediate view, shaped by conditions we cannot always control. Yet, by observing, by questioning, we become participants in this grand design rather than mere spectators. And there is a lesson in the impermanence of that visible breath. It appears and disappears almost instantaneously, reminding us that moments of clarity, insight, and beauty are fleeting. We must pay attention, or we will miss them. The cold, the air, the warmth of our lungs, and the dance of condensation are all interconnected. To ignore them is to ignore the poetry embedded in reality, the hidden patterns that guide both the universe and our own consciousness. As you watch your breath dissipate, you are witnessing physics alive and breathing with you, a silent teacher urging awareness. Every visible puff is not just air meeting cold. It is a story of heat transfer, molecular behavior, and the subtle genius of a world governed by laws both precise and elegant. And in that moment, we are reminded that curiosity is not optional. It is essential, for in understanding the ordinary, we touch the extraordinary. Now imagine that very same cold morning, but instead of simply watching your breath, you begin to wonder why it feels so urgent, almost alive, to fill your lungs fully, to yawn deeply, as if your body is calling for something more than air. There is a subtle mystery here, a puzzle that teases the mind. Why do we yawn in cold weather, and why does this act sometimes feel more compelling than in warmth? The answer lies in a delicate interplay between the physiology of our bodies and the physics of the world around us. When the temperature drops, our bodies respond instinctively. Blood vessels constrict to preserve heat, the brain senses slight cooling, and neural pathways signal the need for oxygen and regulation of internal temperature. Yawning, long misunderstood as a mere sign of fatigue, is in fact a remarkable mechanism. It allows for a surge of air to flow through, stretching muscles, stimulating circulation, and subtly warming the brain. Richard Feynman would have found this profoundly fascinating because it exemplifies a principle he cherished. Nature is not arbitrary. Every process, even one as ordinary as a yawn, has a purpose grounded in physical law. Yet the suspense lies in how invisible and counterintuitive this process can be. We see nothing but a deep breath, yet within it, heat exchange, energy redistribution, and fluid dynamics are all at play. The cold outside amplifies these mechanisms, creating a tension between our internal warmth and the external chill, a tension that demands resolution through a yawn. Consider, for a moment, the air itself. Each molecule rushing into your lungs carries energy, momentum, and potential. When you yawn, you are not merely inhaling air. You are orchestrating a small-scale symphony of physics, a surge of molecules that will interact with your body to restore balance. And there is more. The visible breath that emerges from this deep inhalation is more than condensation. It is a snapshot of energy being exchanged, a fleeting visual proof of invisible forces. It clings momentarily, a transient cloud that hints at the vast, hidden network of physics operating around us constantly. The suspense deepens when we realize that this phenomenon is not unique to humans. It mirrors processes on a planetary scale. Clouds form in the atmosphere through similar condensation, heat shifts, and the dance of molecules. In that cold puff of breath, we are witnessing a microcosm of the world itself, a tiny reflection of the forces that shape weather, climate, and the environment. And yet, few of us pause to notice. The marvel is in the subtlety, in the ordinary turned extraordinary, when seen through the lens of curiosity and careful observation. Feynman urged us to pay attention to such details, to look closely at the things we think we understand, because in doing so, we uncover layers of knowledge and wonder previously hidden. That is the suspense, the ordinary concealing the extraordinary, the familiar revealing the profound, and the simple act of breathing unveiling laws that govern both our bodies and the universe. To yawn in the cold, then, is not merely a reflex, it is a dance with physics, a reminder that life itself is a series of interactions, exchanges, and mysteries waiting to be explored, and that every small, visible breath carries within it the blueprint of natural law, if only we choose to see it. And now, as you stand in the cold, watching the wisps of your breath dissolve into the air, there is a profound lesson waiting quietly, almost imperceptibly, beneath the surface of what seems so simple. Every exhalation, every visible puff of air, is a testament to the intricate and elegant laws that govern the universe. Richard Feynman once said that nature's imagination far surpasses our own, and here, in the ordinary act of breathing in cold weather, we glimpse the truth of that statement. The air, invisible until it meets cold, reminds us that reality often hides its wonders until we approach with attention and curiosity. To yawn, to inhale fully, to see your breath shimmer momentarily, is to participate in a dance that has existed long before humans walked the earth, a choreography of molecules, energy, and temperature that connects us to everything around us. The physics of breath teaches us about balance, the balance between heat and cold, the seen and the unseen, the familiar and the mysterious. There is a metaphor here for life itself. Just as your body compensates for the chill, just as condensation reveals hidden interactions, we too must respond to the challenges and coldness of our own experiences. Life demands that we inhale deeply, stretch ourselves, and release what no longer serves us, even when the process is invisible to others. In understanding why our breath becomes visible, we are learning more than science. We are learning how to notice, how to remain aware, and how to marvel at the beauty hidden in the mundane. The suspense that captivated us in the previous moments, why we yawn, why the breath becomes fog, is resolved not with mystery alone but with comprehension, a revelation that connects mind, body, and world. The physical laws that make this possible also remind us of the universality of natural order. Molecules respond predictably to temperature, our bodies respond instinctively to maintain balance, and the world continues in patterns both delicate and immense. Feynman loved these realizations because they blend awe with understanding, excitement with clarity, wonder with reason. And as you reflect, you begin to see that each tiny breath is also an invitation to curiosity. By paying attention to the condensation of your breath, you are training your mind to see the invisible, to question what is assumed, and to celebrate the extraordinary that lies beneath the ordinary. This is the essence of learning, the essence of living fully. It is a gentle, persistent reminder that knowledge is everywhere, even in the frost-laden air outside your door. And just as your breath appears and disappears, so do moments of insight, which arrive only if we are willing to notice them. So in every yawn, every visible cloud of exhalation, let yourself be inspired to explore further, to embrace curiosity, and to see the world with renewed wonder. There is a universe in every detail, waiting for eyes and minds eager enough to observe it. And as you carry this awareness into the rest of your day, remember that the simplest acts, breathing, observing, questioning, are also the most profound gateways to understanding both the physics of the world and the poetry of existence itself. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.